Content warning. The following video may contain content harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
Hello everybody, back again in the fucking Dookie Boy realm. So, I had left a comment on another channel that I'm subscribed to, the Prison Called Life, man. He had just uploaded a video. It was his more recent video. I ended up leaving this comment. I would just say go watch it. It's not that long of a video. It's 13 minutes long, but he just rants kind of about same type of shit I do, about how we live in a fucking Dookie Boy realm and none of it makes sense and it's a stupid place. But anyways, the comment I left was, this entire realm consists of things we do not really want to do but are forced to do because of circumstance. That not even just like, oh, you have to work to stay alive. I mean, that's the obvious one. Like, some people have to stay in relationships to get by, you know what I'm saying? Some people, so they're not even happy day to day. It's like human beings are constantly forced into situations they don't want to do, but they're forced to based off of circumstance. I wrote, and this is one of my most difficult things I have to deal with on a daily basis. Because I see this happen every day and I'm powerless to affect it. But I wrote, it has actually become difficult for me to talk other conscious souls away from suicidal thoughts. I wrote, that's pretty bad when people would rather not exist than deal with this bullshit another day. Oh, and the bad news is that the more conscious you become to actual reality, the worse it gets. LOL. Now, this isn't a funny comment, but if I don't laugh at shit like this, I would lose my fucking mind. This place is a bad joke. So that was my comment. And I, stand by it without question. This place is a fucking obvious hellhole full of monotony, Groundhog's Day repetition realm, controlled by a small handful of omnipotent magic-casting psychopaths that just always maintain power, always stay in control, always do evil shit, plain as day to see, and people don't seem to notice it. We come pre-programmed into an avatar. We come plugged into an avatar that comes pre-programmed to even experience things like suffering, depression, misery, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, well, so it's obvious, okay, from any conscious soul's perspective that observes it honestly, without mental comfort zones. Take off the mental comfort zone helmet and fucking be honest with what you see. This place is disgusting through and through. Like, again, observe how nature has to eat itself. Observe, if you want to get grossed out, observe how humanity has to survive day to day. What some people have to do for money, I guess you could say. The things that, it's so disgusting. Everything with system attached to it. The education system, the political system, the prisons, anything with system attached to it, it's just totally disgusting, grotesque. It's almost like it was created by a demon or something. When you analyze it all more closely, especially if you look into the medical system, by the time, if you analyze the medical system and its doings behind closed curtains, you start to see it as a death cult. Like, it's literally like white lab-coated death cult members. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it gets, everything in the realm is grotesque and disgusting. I couldn't imagine being I completely understand the anti-nihilist fucking argument. I mean, if it's stuck this way, I don't know if it's stuck this way. It appears it is. It appears that these things are like so powerful, they always get away with anything they want to get away with, and nobody's ever going to bust them. And so we're stuck in the monotony Groundhog's Day of blood, sweat, and tears, slave your fucking back away for nothing realm. Oh, they just create more conflict and blah, blah, and say that's what's going on. That's where all the money's going and blah, blah. It's just like, why are we even still listening to these fucking demonic psychopaths? Why do we even still listen to these motherfuckers, man? Like, who agreed to allow these dimwits to run the show anyways? Who are these people? I do not like these people. Do you guys like these people? These people that run shit, the president of this country, the president of our country, just like, they're all degenerates, and they always have been. It's like humanity just waits around for it to get better. It's like, man, can't we just make it better? Are they really that tough? Are they really that tough? Like, imagine a bully that'll walk into a room of a sea full of motherfuckers that he's trying to suppress. Like, yeah, with his chin up too, proud of it. Like, yeah, I'm the one running this bitch. No, none of these fucking pussies are going to do anything about it. It's like humanity is just very soft and weak and easy to manipulate, easy to control, easy to lie to. The human avatar thing comes pre-programmed to find mental comfort zones. The second that it's confronted with a harsh truth that it does not want to deal with, that's where your religions come from, your weird spiritual beliefs come from. All that comes from the fear of death and being a finite creature. It's such a difficult truth that, okay, I exist now, but I know that I'm going to die someday, which pretty much makes everything meaningless right there, which is another unfortunate, hard thought that we just don't want to deal with. Our brain will find a mental comfort zone to put a bandage on that wound. But, you know what I'm saying? This is, I ended up losing my train of thought. So yeah, guys, the point that I was trying to make was that the difficult truth of the finite creature that I am ceasing to exist one day. I'm going to fall down and die one day. And oh my God, what's going to happen to me though? That's such a scary thought that, no, but then there must be this God that creates stuff. And yeah, and that, I mean, like, that's where religion comes from, the fear of death. That's really where it comes from. It's such a hardship, but that's what the human avatar thing will do, to create a fairy tale. Like, literally a fairy tale thing that it didn't even personally experience. Like, it never experienced any of this shit that it's believing, but it just believe it. It's like, what the fuck? And I'm guilty of doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there must be a loving God. And like, meanwhile, like, I'm like this. There's a hand on my throat, and God's the one twisting the knife in my back going, yeah, motherfucker, I love you so much every day. Just like, what is this place? Like, what's actually happening here? So it's a stupid little dumb boy realm that we all got forced into without our consent. As far as I know, some people say that we agreed to this life. I may even preach that sometimes, but we come in, amnesia, don't know what's going on, and we're forced into this slave system that works us to death for no reason. Well, everything has a reason, but, you know, I'm saying we're never told. We're just just shut up and go back to work puppets for the system. I would say fuck the system, because if it's fuck us, then fuck you too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, aren't you guys sick of working for psychopaths that never accomplish any feats or goals in reality that are practical? Like, they still haven't created a clean water for everybody. They still haven't created plenty of food for everybody to eat. They still haven't, unless they're $3 burgers or whatever, $1 burgers, then they're, oh yeah, if there's some weird genetically modified grown weird thing, they'll even give it to you for free, you know? But we still haven't figured out how to, you know, grow food in the realm. We still haven't figured out how to farm. We went to the moon, or, you know, they say we did. We never did. But that was humanity's goal or feat to reach. Let's put $100 trillion in going to the moon. They build some little fucking piece of shit, dog shit, that could be in somebody's backyard next to their fucking doghouse with curtain rods and aluminum foil, and say, yeah, we flew this thing to the moon, and put together some little shitty edited fucking horrible piece of shit video, and everyone's like, yeah, you know, and the president picks up the phone and calls them, direct call, no static, no bad, to the moon. He's calling the astronauts on the moon. Sir, we've landed. Oh, I just wanted to tell you guys, congratulate. And all, it's like, what? Like, how, this motherfucker's got a clear signal back in fucking 1970? 69, was it? 70 when we went to the moon? You know, like, to the moon? And this little direct TV satellite dish on this fucking little piece of shit machine that looks like it was built with curtain rods and aluminum foil. Like, come on, bro. Like, what? It's almost as if the God of the reality is testing, or whatever, is the thing in control is testing just how stupid humans actually are. It almost is doing it to poke fun at humanity in a weird way, because it's so obvious when you look at it logically. Super fucking obvious, but man, it's crazy how easy human beings are to control. It's, my goodness, it's like they were literally built to be in this system that goes nowhere and just creates conflict. That's it. That's all it ever creates. Where is anything beneficial to humanity? I'm sorry, but doctors are fucking, for the most part, okay, there might be 1 out of 100 that is a good doctor and cares and he got in to really help people. The majority of them are fucking chart signers. Cha-ching, 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 $5 grand, $5 grand, $5 grand, $5 grand. Okay, I'm going to go golf, leave me alone, you know. Most doctors are disgusting. The medical system's a disgusting drug pusher company. Just because they wear white coats, their drugs are more harmful than most street drugs. A lot of psych medicines, a lot of the stuff they give people but it's okay because they give them to people. It's like, man, you people are part of this weird cult. You guys are happy to be in it. It's weird. Nobody analyzes anything closely or has a soul to think clearly. I mean, they're just so fucking busy they can't do. I mean, I don't know what's going on with most people. I wish I did. I will say there's way more awake people today than there was 2 years ago, than there was 5 years ago. All this shit that's happened actually did really wake up a lot of people. Nobody trusts anything no more. Everybody's kind of aware that the government's corrupt and almost just a waste of time to even listen to, that the media is completely corrupt. Like, nobody, at least the people I talk to, I very rarely run into people that think that, oh yeah, you know, I still watch the news and that's what's on CNN's reality. Like, I don't meet people like that. But, so it's definitely woke up a lot of people, all this shit that's happened. But it's like, my goodness, what are we then? Are we like this weird, sleeping, fucking retarded ape creature that just almost has a consciousness and like needs to be like shock treatmented with reality situations to wake up? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? To wake us up, man, it's almost like to traumatize us, I think. Because look at what we deal with. It's like the human avatar's broken at fighting back is what it's broken at. It's a little low testosterone issue from the plastics or whatever, and whatever else they did, whatever shot they injected you with when you were a kid, and whatever chemical they put in your food, and whatever food dye they put in your food that you ate, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they did to us fucking made us weak and soft and not wanting to fight or something, man. I don't know. If there's a they and they've done that. I don't know how the fuck they control humanity to never do anything about this shit, though. It's just like bizarre to me. It's bizarre. Like, it just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. You would think in actual reality it would be like there would be hundreds of different, like, what would you all call them? Gangs, guilds, something, groups that are like fed up. They're like, okay, enough's enough. We're coming together. Blah blah. Fuck these people. Blah blah. And okay, our group are called this, and your groups are called that, and whatever. And like groups get along, maybe. Hopefully, it's not like gang type shit where it's like, oh, you came over to my neighborhood, so now I'm gonna smoke you. And it's like, dude, that first off, that ain't even really your neighborhood. You're killing another dude that's actually way more like you than the people that own the neighborhood you're killing him. I mean, just, I don't know, gang violence doesn't make any fucking sense to me, but you would think humanity would have did something by now, but they just are incapable. And there is some sort of weird mental block. That's why I say that maybe it's a mind control or something, because man, when it comes to figuring out what needs to be done, well, I would say, okay, here's what I would say then. Fuck it, what needs to be done? I don't think it's really that complicated. What needs to be done? Okay, well, first thing that needs to be done is all the crazy leaders need to be removed because they're crazy. They cause conflict, wars, drop bombs, shoot people, do all kinds of psychopathic, demonic, evil, fucked up shit. To the point now, I think they're setting fucking whole communities on fire with laser beams. But anyways, totally fucking crazy. So get rid of the fucking psychotic leaders, you know, that also, don't forget, don't mention, suppress humanity constantly. Like, if you remove those motherfuckers, all our issues go away. Like, they're the ones creating all the issues. The issues with the education system, the issues with everything. They create it. It's bizarre. And nobody seems to notice. But so you remove all the crazy motherfuckers that, oh, this guy over here created a technology that's beneficial. Oh, he's fucking running engines off water. Go, arrest him for something and, put him in prison and nobody will ever hear from him again. And then we'll buy the patent and sit on it and blah, blah, nobody will notice. Nobody will notice except those crazy tinfoil people. They'll notice, but fuck them because they don't matter, and we'll suppress them by using our technological ways through their sources of information like YouTube. We'll suppress their voices and blah, blah. And fuck them and their motherfucking mamas. But anyways, it's a bullshit realm through and through. Trust me, I've been analyzing this shit my whole fucking life. I've been analyzing this motherfucker my whole life. There is no good news out there. People now are thinking that they're going to have superpowers. I hope that fucking happens. That'd be cool. It'd be cool to fucking teleport like Nightcrawler right next to one of these fucking demons I'm talking about that has a weird obsession with suppressing and hurting humanity. And like just look at them and just see the fear in that motherfucker, man. Before lightning bolts come out of my fucking soul and devour that motherfucker, bro. I want to be an electric being that can teleport around like Nightcrawler, and I want to fuck evil people up, and I want to be able to heal good people. Like that's what I want. Like if you have a physical or mental ailment, I could actually just go and fucking. I'm like I hope we get superpowers. That would be amazing. That'd be amazing. But it's just another hopium. Another mental comfort zone to deal with the unfortunate situation that none of us have the answer to fix. It's so easy to fix. Just come together. If humanity came together, then they would be obvious. Now, if they just maliciously took us over at that point, like a literal tyrannical thug, because they have the drones or whatever you could say, the technology to do so, at least then everybody would know that we're definitely in a fucking slave system. At least then it wouldn't be hush-hush. At least then we would deserve our fucking slavery because it was so obvious, the same way it's obvious in certain countries right now. Okay, in certain countries, it literally is what we're talking about or fearing about in America becoming, blah, blah, blah. It's like, China's pretty much like that already, dude. Like, it's literally like straight up slave system over there. So, you know what I'm saying? We ain't far from it. A lot of these fucking leaders are taking their cues from China, aren't they? And they admire China and blah, blah, blah. It's like, how? Okay. Okay, so if you turned on the news and you seen Joe Biden in a fucking clown suit with butcher knives stabbing kids, would you think he was crazy then? What would they have to do, though, to, like, reveal themselves? I admire, like, I think it was the Canadian leader, whatever, man. What the fuck's that dork's name? I can't remember. I don't know his name. I know what his stupid little face looks like, but the leader of the Canada over there said that, like that he admired China's policies and ways of being. It's like, there should have been some Canadian dude, some big burly bearded fucking Canadian dude sitting there like, what? You know, just slap the fucking soul out that boy's head for even thinking of saying some shit like that. Like, there should have been a big burly Canadian there that was like, what the fuck did you just say, boy? You know, fucking choked him up one. Like, where is, like, the real motherfuckers in reality? I don't get it, dude. There's just, like, no real motherfuckers left. It's like, but it's so scripted. He's never going to be, that little weasel boy I'm talking about's never going to be in a position where he's sitting next to a free-thinking Canadian when he's talking some crazy shit about Canada. He's never going to be in that situation because everything's scripted. And if you come on stage, oh, who are you? And all of a sudden, if it becomes real, they don't want a part of it. They only want a part of it when it's scripted. Okay, I'm here and that person's the one that's going to ask me the questions. You fucking demons are so obvious to see. I don't understand how average humans can't see them. Hopefully, most of them do at this point. And dude, honestly, like, again, you could talk crazy about Trump, right? But you could also say Trump did way more, like, for real. Let's be honest. Trump did way more to wake up the mass consciousness to the media being corrupt than any 10,000 truthers that came before him did. Like, for real. That dude did more to wake people up to the media's lying to you than any person ever in history. Like, for real. Truther channels are getting big, saying this one had, back then, like, this one had, like, 10,000 views. That one had 10,000 views. To me, that's a lot of views and blah, blah, or more. And, that dude woke up the whole fucking world to the media being corrupt. Like, not just America. I mean, it's funny because I think most other countries know that the media is completely corrupt. It's really Americans that are sort of under its brainwash or mind control or whatever. But, I mean, how obvious could it be? It gets to the point where it's like, you literally start to question the integrity of the other people's souls. You literally start to think, man, are they real people on the inside? Like, what's going on? Like, what are they thinking about when do they not have access to the same information that I have access to? Do they not see the same things that I see? Do they, what stance are they standing from to continue believing that blatant, obvious lie? It's like, what the fuck's going on in their brain, though? It's like, anyways, I don't know. It's just, but I am fascinated by that. I am. Human behavior is super fascinating to me. People that get attached that they like, it's all very fascinating to me. And I have the goal to wonder why God don't do shit and just sits by and watches the shit. To be honest, if I was God of the realm, I'd be watching it too. I'd be watching. I'm fascinated by human behavior. If I knew you guys weren't actually getting hurt, like this was just an experience, let's say a bad one, it's an experience. Micro of the macro, you may have a bad experience in life sometime. You may have a medical ailment that fucking puts you in the hospital and puts the fear of death in your ass, wake you up. There's a lot of bad things that can happen to you in this reality. Micro of the macro, if we're souls, infinite souls having experience, maybe there's just bad experiences. Maybe we deal with this Archon thing for another 1,000 lifetimes before we move on to a totally different experience. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I love pondering the shit. I love thinking about the shit. But really, at the end of the day, if somebody just appeared out of nowhere, it's like a demon, I'm making this video, and before I can upload it, he appeared and he said, give them the most valuable advice you could give anybody right now. Before I blow your brains out, I'm going to give you, you can just say one sentence to them or whatever. I would say, get money. That's what I would say. That sounds so primitive. So primitive. It's funny because I would listen to rap. Okay, rap used to be a little different. I know a lot of people hate rap, but rap used to be a little different. It's always been sort of thuggish and straight and blah, blah, blah. But it was also like telling the tale of like poor people that grow up in the ghetto that don't have shit, that what they seen, witnessed, the stuff they grew up around. But like kind of like to get the message out type. And it went from that. I still remember where it happened. It was during DMX was very popular. He was still talking about messages and stuff in his music, very powerful messages. And then Cash Money came out and it was all about like bling bling. And I didn't understand it because I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this, like rap music for rich people? Like I can't relate to this shit. They're talking about Lambos and fucking bling bling and all this shit. And, you're a poor kid. It's like, I can't relate to these fucking rich people. Like, what is he talking about? But it was just so stupid. But I can't remember the point that I was trying to make. I'm sorry, guys. I remember because my last final message would be to get money. I would look at that rap, that style of rap as just the most primitive, low level. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you would say, like a low-level chakra, like the anus chakra energy or something, Get money, just like low level, you know what I'm saying? Consciously low level. And I would see it that way, but really, that's the most important thing in the reality. Again, I don't like that. I don't agree with that. I hate the idea of a monetary system. It should be humanity as a tribe. And the wealth of humanity is whatever we create. It shouldn't be a monetary system. It's like, if we create food, people should be able to eat that food. If we create shelter, people should be able to live in that shelter. It's like a tribe, not this animalistic, like stab you in the back so I can make a pyramid scheme out of my fucking reality. It's just like, But anyways, damn, I lost my train of thought again. What the fuck was the point I was trying to make? Oh yeah, but that is the most practical message I could give. All this deep philosophical, thinking about complicated soul trap and question your own thought type times two, blah blah blah. It goes so deep and complicated. It's really like get money. That's going to improve your life the best. I actually wish I was more monetarily focused in my life growing up, because really at the end of the day, you can't do things for people. You can't do shit without money. You can't do anything without money except sit on the side of the road and beg for it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do without money. But like, we're so technologically advanced that we're going to spend all our money on machines to go to a fucking moon. And again, it was all deception. They never went unless you actually believe they went in that little piece of shit. They just did that to take billions and billions of dollars. And people say, well, it's not about the money. It's like, well, they sure act like it's about the money a lot of the times. If there's a they. And I don't know if they're just a subsection of the Dookie Boy realm doing their thing. But we still have criminals that are obviously being criminals, lying to the masses and getting away with it every single second of every day. It's like, how's that possible? That's impossible. That's impossible, dude. But then you plug into the old Dookie Boy realm, and it sure is possible. You'll see it every fucking day. But anyways, yeah, it's a little fucking Dookie Boy realm. Like, dude, you can't even... You can't even die in this motherfucker and not have to be a burden on somebody else. How much is the average funeral nowadays? Like God, Lee, man, I can't even die in this motherfucker and still this monetary greed slime creature still coming for some bill from me. My soul ain't even in the fucking realm anymore. And there's still some creature trying to get a bill out of me. It's like, oh God, this place is grotesque through and through. Through and through, guys. Like, I don't know how much I gotta slap you, which is basic, easy to observe truths, before you would just admit this place is a fucking hellhole of suffering. I don't know if God's loving and caring, but in this realm, he's non-existent. He ain't in this fucking place. If you have love, that's you that has the love inside of you. That's got nothing to do with God. That's got nothing to do with God, nothing to do with the realm. If you're a loving creature, you have love inside of you. That's what you feel when you feel the presence of God, is the love inside of you. That's you, though. That's not... And then the fairy tale you create in your mind, that don't solidify it or make it real. It's still a belief. It's still a belief. I'm not interested in beliefs. I want to observe what's really fucking happening. You know what I'm saying? And what's funny is if most people heard me talking, they would say I was crazy, or I'm the conspiracy theorist to not listen to, right? Like, I'm not the guy you would listen to. And it's like, but I'm just being honest, man. Look at the realm we're in. How humanity treats each other is disgusting. Disgusting. What do you want? 8, 10, 12, 14, 25 grand for a fucking... So we can commit some cult-like ceremony and put their body in a box and all sit there and mourn and fucking put them in the ground and preserve their body because that makes sense. Another cult-like activity. It's like, dude, when I die, just put me out in the woods and leave me there. It's fine. Like, no, you ain't got to pay nobody a penny. As a matter of fact, will be beneficial to the reality and feed the birds and the bees and the bugs and the whatever, the trees even. Let my body go right into the fucking soil. Let them eat off of me, and you ain't got to pay nobody for that. Oh, but that's morbid. Motherfucker, what are y'all doing? Y'all, motherfucker, you guys are putting people in a box, a sealed box, and putting them in the ground for what? What are you going to exhume the body later and look at it? That's weird too. Animals eating dead creatures is not weird in the actual observable reality. It's completely normal. Somebody has to sell you an idea that that's weird. It's like, no, that's not. That's what happens. Anyways, just imagine this like sloppy looking, grotesque slime creature like coming to my family with his hands out for a bill. you know, for some stupid shit like a fucking death ceremony. Even when I die, I gotta worry about some bills. Man, fuck this. Reality's disgusting. This just disgusting through and through. You know what I'm saying? You guys think they give a fuck about... How many proofs does this reality have to show you that they don't give a fuck about you? You guys remember Hurricane Harvey and all this shit? How people were just like left to fend for themselves, all the crazy shit that happened? You guys hear about the recent one where people's fucking houses were blazing with laser beams and the cops were just blocking off the exits for no fucking reason and with the water turned off and all this other just shit that don't make no sense to ever logically happen in a fucking reality? It's like, what is this hellish, torment, suffering, dookie boy realm of weird psychopaths in control that never get caught? This place is fucking stupid. This place is fucking stupid, disgusting, grotesque, and it's obvious. It's obvious. Again, outside of mental comfort zones, it's obvious. But give me one sec, guys, and if I don't come back and this is the end of the video, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm sorry, guys. That's the point I wanted to make, was all these incidents that have happened in reality, like the one I mentioned, like the Detroit water going bad. Like, just if there's a they don't show up when it matters anyways. Like, it's so obvious. The reality has shown us several times that they don't give a fuck about us, but people still believe that their government's out to help them. But it's like, man, how demonic and retarded do they got to act for you to notice that they're weirdos, man? Like, I don't know. I'd rather live in a more normal... Dude, if reality was normal, I'd have nothing to complain about, bro. Even with all the physical and mental ailments and unnecessary suffering and the human avatar sort of coming pre-programmed, pre-scripted, pre-brainwashed, whatever you want to call it, to behave the way that it behaves, to experience things like depression, misery, suffering, blah, blah, blah. Even with all that, if reality made sense, I'd still be happy with it. Like, I wouldn't care all that much. I'd be like, okay, it's sort of balanced, but reality sucking on top of it just makes it worse. It's like a hell realm. It's like a hellish suffering realm. Like, reality being normal would be amazing. I'd deal with all the elements. I promise you I would. You know, like, what did I say? Oh, Trudeau or whatever's his fucking name. Trudeau, the little dork of Canada. I mean, like, dude, if that shit really happened, I'd be happy as fuck. Like, if he really said some shit like that and got slapped by some Canadian. Like, could you guys imagine that? Like, that little fucking dork's up there, like, whatever he said, like, yeah, I truly admire the Chinese leader, and some, like, fucking just pissed off Canadian dude's like, huh, what'd you say, bub? Hey? You know, and just fucking slap the fucking soul out that boy, you know, and then, like, even like the host of the show grabs him by his shoulder. He's like, yeah, you son of a bitch, you're going to pay now for your crimes against humanity. And he's like, oh, they're just like hitting him, like, what'd you say? He's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. You know, like, that would be so amazing, bro. That would be so amazing. Oh, I hate China. Say it again, bub. Like, sitting there just punching him in his rib. Dude, I don't give a fuck. One's got him in a full Nelson. The other one's working on his ribs, bro. I would like to see these boys get beat, if I'm being honest with you. Hey, I can daydream, can't I? I can have fun. I can create my little mental comfort zones. Oh, man. I can create my mental... I would love to see these boys get beat. Something special, dude. Like, I would love to see, like... Okay, I would love to see them get discovered. The evil ones be discovered. That would be amazing. But, you know, it's never going to happen. But and then, like, sort of like humanity does Hunger Games on them. Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't give a... Bro, I'd pay $100 per pay-per-view to watch these people get demolished by some fat dude in a fucking weird car shooting electricity out of light bulbs and shit. Like, I don't care. Hunt them down like pigs. I don't give a... I would put them in the ring with John Jones. That's what I would do. I'd just be like, well, now you got to fight this fucking guy. That's what I would do. I'd pay to watch that, bro. You find out these demons, what they really have been all this time, and get them to confess. Fuck yeah, I'd throw them... Little Hillary Clinton being there with John Jones getting her soul punched out of her damn body. She couldn't even take one hit. That fight would be over real quick, but yeah, they'd have to deal with something like that. I don't know. I said back in the day, what I wanted to do is bury them all up to their fucking necks and dirt bike MotoGP over their fucking ass, you know? Fuck them. I don't care, dude. Watch their heads fucking pop like watermelons, bro. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. Oh, I wanted to... it's funny that this reminds me. I wanted to shout out Godly, bro. I'm just sorry. I'm not good with names. I can see the dude's face and blah blah blah. I just can't think of the damn name. Den Keeper. He shouted my channel out recently. Called me the Dark Lord. Like, I mean, I sort of am. You know, it's funny. I say, I'm starting to believe too that we sort of choose this this existence. You know, even though, like, man, I could bitch and moan about my life, this and that. I was abusing, blah blah blah. It's like, I sort of asked for the. Well, okay, I didn't ask for this. Well, how can I say it? Later on, I did. Like, this is the path that I wanted to walk. I just didn't realize that wanting that later in life would affect my past too and fuck me up. And but anyways, I wanted to. I think that's why I said, are a lot of truthers abused or troubled? You know what I'm saying? Because you have to understand evil. I think to really observe it, you have to understand it. And a lot of the shit that happened to me growing up, even though it sucks and blah blah, I hated all that, but it really did make me very aware of evil at a very young age. It made me very aware of evil at a very young age. Like, I was like, oh, okay, this place is not a happy, nice place. I learned that, like, very young, that people can be deceptive, liars, abusive, blah blah blah. It's not hard for me to believe that people would lie in a position of power to get money. I've seen people do way worse shit than that, to be honest with you. But anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off, guys, and I'll catch you all on the next one.